Hello, and today we are going to cover the interest rate parity, which is a theory which relates to how interest rates in a country impacts the exchange rates between two currencies. So let's get started. Now let's start by briefly looking at how exchange rates work. If you currently own US dollars but would like to buy British pounds, you could buy the pounds using the dollars. The number of dollars someone is willing to sell £1 for is known as the exchange rate. But how do interest rates in each country impact the exchange rate? Now let's stick with the United States and the United Kingdom. In this example, we assume the interest rates are 4% and 5% respectively. If you had $100 and would like to convert this to pound, under the assumed exchange rate that $1 buys 0.8 pounds or 80 pence, you could buy 80 pounds with the $100. Now, if you put this into an account, you could earn interest from the pounds you own under the current interest rate set in the UK, which is considered the risk-free rate. If you then wait 1 year, you would earn £4 of interest on the £80. You then could convert this back to US dollars. If the exchange rates haven't changed, this would convert back to 105 US dollars. Now, as the interest rates in the US were 4%, you would have only made $4 if you kept the cash in US dollars during the same period. From the transaction to British pounds, you have made an additional $1 profit. Given that the interest rate is risk-free, the exchange rate should change to take into account the arbitrage opportunity to earn riskless profit. This is where the interest rate parity comes in. The interest rate parity states that the future exchange rate should reflect the difference in interest rate between the two countries. Under this theory, the future exchange rate should be the current rate multiplied by the difference in interest rates between the home and foreign country. In the example we have just shown, the current exchange rate was 1.25. Therefore, the expected future exchange rate can be calculated by multiplying 1.25 by 1.04 over 1.05. which equals 1.238. If we go back to the example and use this rate to convert the £84 back to dollars, then you would get 104 US dollars. Therefore, there would be no difference in returns if you kept your money in US dollars for a year, or if you converted the amount to pounds and then converted back to dollars 1 year in the future. There are two terms that are commonly used with the interest rate parity, known as the uncovered and covered interest rate parity. The uncovered interest rate parity states that the spot rate in the future should be equal to the current spot rate multiplied by the difference in interest rate. When we say spot rate, we are just referring to the current exchange rate. The covered interest rate parity relates to the expected exchange rate in futures or forward contracts. Now, with these derivatives, you can lock in an exchange rate for a point in time in the future. The covered interest rate parity states that the price you agree in a forward or futures contract should equal the current spot rate multiplied by the difference in interest rate. As you have fixed the rate in the contract, you have covered the exchange rate risk through the derivative, hence the name covered interest rate parity. I hope this video has helped explain the interest rate parity, but it's bye for now.